We all have dark thoughts in our heads. In the middle of the darkness, though, there is a light of hope, a way lit by the knowledge of long ago. Welcome to the Stoic Empire, where we use the timeless principles of Stoicism to face the poison inside us. The first step to forgiveness is to admit that our bad actions are wrong. Stoicism gives us a way to change on the inside, leading us to self-awareness, self-control, and finally, management of ourselves. We go deep into our minds on this journey of self-discovery. This helps us find the roots of our harmful habits and opens the door to deep inner growth. Part 1. What Stoics think about toxicology. The vastness of human experience is filled with harmful interactions that poison the source of our relationships, damage our health, and hide our inner peace. Stoicism, on the other hand, shines a light in the darkness by showing us what poison is and giving us the tools to deal with it clearly and firmly. Like sneaky plants, toxic habits ensnare our lives and choke off our relationships with others and with ourselves. They come from a web of false beliefs and unresolved feelings that creates a negative fabric that suffocates the light inside us. However, Stoicism teaches us not to judge these harmful habits, but to understand and care about them. What happens to you doesn't matter. How you react to it does. This is what the famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus says. One of the most important ideas in Stoic philosophy is that we don't have control over what happens in the world, but we do have control over how we react to it. The idea of the duality of power is at the heart of Stoic thought. In a world full of chaos and uncertainty, Stoicism gives us a way out. The knowledge that we have complete control over our own minds, even though we can't change the way fate works. Things that happen outside of our control, like other people's acts, are not within our control. However, our reactions and emotions are what make us independent. When we accept this basic truth, we free ourselves from the chains of guilt. We take back control of our lives and start moving toward inner freedom. Through the fire of Stoic knowledge, we learn to tell the difference between what we can manage and what we don't. We give up pointless efforts to make the world do what we want and instead focus on developing the virtues of strength, courage, and peace. Stoicism gives us the strength to rise above the negative forces that want to trap us, leading us to a place of inner peace and unity in the middle of life's chaos. Part 2. Adopting radical self-awareness. Radical self-awareness becomes our guide light as we try to change from the inside out. It shines a light into the darkest parts of our minds and shows us where our bad habits come from. Stoicism tells us to face our fears with courage and conviction as we go on this road of self-examination. Only by doing this can we hope to rise above them. The Stoic ruler and philosopher Marcus Aurelius taught us this timeless truth. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to face things as they really are. These words capture the core of Stoic self-awareness. The need to face reality with calm and clarity, to look straight into the mirror of our minds and see both our good and bad traits with unwavering honesty. Stoicism gives us a lot of useful tasks for self-reflection to help us with this good work. Journaling is an old practice that has been accepted by Stoic thinkers for a very long time. It gives us a holy space to pour out our thoughts and feelings, which helps us untangle the knots of our inner chaos and understand how our minds work. Mindfulness techniques are also powerful ways to become more aware of the present moment. They help us stay in the present and watch our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Still, asking for feedback from people you trust could be the most powerful way to become more self-aware. When we let other people see things from our point of view, we learn a lot about our blind spots and biases. This helps us see parts of ourselves that we may not have seen before. When we keep humility in mind, we see positive feedback as a valuable gift that gives us the chance to grow and get better. Radical self-awareness makes us face the whole range of our humanity, including the good and the bad, the noble and the sinful. We start this holy journey with confidence and humility, armed with the tools of Stoic knowledge. We believe we can rise above our limits and accept the fullness of our potential. Part 3. Building character and virtue. We live in a maze of different things, but virtue is the star that shows us the way to moral greatness and personal change. Stoicism, which is based on moral principles, tells us to make the great qualities of knowledge, courage, justice, and temperance the foundation of our character. Wisdom is the most important thing in the world. It guides us toward truth and understanding when life gets rough. The keen eye is what sees through the veil of fiction and shows us how the universe and our place in it are in balance. We gain a better understanding of how everything is linked by seeking knowledge. This helps us rise above our egos and see things from a bigger point of view that includes everyone's well-being. Courage, the unquenchable flame that burns in the heart of every Stoic, gives us the strength to face our fears and get through hard times with unwavering determination. It's what keeps us going, our unshakable determination to stand by our beliefs even when things get hard. Thinking about what Seneca said, "Virtue is nothing else than right reason," helps us understand that real courage doesn't come from being careless or brave, but from sticking to what your mind and heart tell you. Justice is an important part of a decent society because it makes us treat others fairly and equally, understanding that each person has natural worth and respect. It's the biggest version of the Golden Rule, which tells us to treat others the way we want to be treated. By practicing justice, we build communities where people get along and work together. This sets the stage for a world where everyone can grow and thrive. Temperance, which protects our wants, teaches us to be moderate and careful in everything, keeping us from giving in to too much pleasure and temptation. Being self-disciplined and in control of ourselves is like a steady hand that guides our soul through the rough seas of love and desire. According to Stoic ethics, the inner citadel is the stronghold of our character that can't be broken by the ups and downs of life. Stoicism tells us that our real strength is not in the praise we get from other people or the things we own, but in how honest we are and how strong our spirit is. By working on the qualities of knowledge, courage, justice, and moderation, we strengthen the walls of our inner fortress, able to withstand the attacks of hardship and emerge successful from life's trials. Part 4. Using the power of Stoic practices. When we go through hard times in our daily lives, Stoic practices help us change on the inside, turning the bad things that happen to us into the good things like knowledge, courage, and resiliency. From the holy halls of ancient philosophy to the busy streets of modern life, Stoicism has a wealth of useful tasks that can help us become mentally tough and emotionally strong to handle life's many challenges. Negative imagery is one of these exercises that Stoics have used for a very long time. It is a powerful way to fight the harmful pull of privilege and expectation. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus tells us, "Don't try to make things happen the way you want them to. Instead, want them to happen the way they do, and your life will go well." This simple but deep advice is at the heart of Stoic acceptance, realizing that happiness doesn't come from getting what we want, but from lining up our will with the natural order of the universe. Negative vision makes us think about how everything is temporary, from the short-lived pleasures of life to our own impending death. By accepting that life is temporary, we develop a deep appreciation for the valuable gift of each moment. This, along with the depressing knowledge that our wants are ultimately pointless, helps us control our desires. This is similar to how volunteer pain shapes our character by pushing us to see struggle and obstacles as chances to learn more about ourselves and grow. From fasting and being out in the cold to self-denial on purpose, Stoicism tells us to lean into discomfort instead of running away from it. This is because real strength doesn't come from not feeling pain, but from having the courage to face it head on. But maybe the most life-changing thing about Stoicism is how it can become a part of our everyday lives. By living by Stoic principles, we protect our minds from the damage that harmful thoughts and actions can cause. This builds up a reserve of inner strength and perseverance that helps us get through life's hardest times. Stoicism teaches us how to handle life's ups and downs with grace and ease, whether we do it by writing in a book every day, meditating, or doing acts of kindness and service for others. When we follow Stoicism, we use the power of old knowledge to make the future better for ourselves and everyone else. We reaffirm our dedication to the road of virtue and self-mastery with every breath, step, and moment of mental awareness. We know that the journey itself is what counts in the end, not the goal. Through the fire of self-discovery, we have begun a path of deep change. We are facing the fears that live in our minds with courage and humility, using the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to lead us. Along the twisting road of virtue, we have found the sources of our poison by accepting with kindness and understanding the flaws that make us human. As we stand on the edge of a fresh start, let us listen to the call to action that comes from deep inside our hearts. Let's stay on the road of virtue and stick to our promise to live our lives with knowledge, courage, justice, and moderation. Let's meet the problems that lie ahead with ease and determination, knowing that real strength doesn't come from not having to deal with problems, but from having the guts to do so. We can build a better future together if we break free from the bad habits that hold us back. Let's make our own paths and turn our lives into works of art that show the beauty and greatness of the human spirit with every step we take. This is Stoic Empire, a place where the journey within leads to the soul's victory. Come with us as we take one solemn step toward this holy goal. We will reach the top of our potential as a team, letting go of the chains of negativity and accepting the endless possibilities that lie within us.